going 50% on it. That just shows you how close this one really could be. But best of 5 elimination. Lemon, Turtle, take it away.
Let's get into it. Game 1, best of 5, lower bracket. The most exciting lower bracket match.
Right.
So I'm so stoked we got this.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about it in the green room, trying to figure out, which matchup we would actually throw on the main stream. And I'm definitely excited that this is the one we get to present. And we're already off with a pretty nice shot with some good passes in the midfield. Oxygen came to play.
Yeah, Braziers tried to clear it to the corner. Ixo read that like a book, and I'm glad I hyped up the right player when it comes to Oxygen. Right. And yeah, they originally were doing, with that crew battle style in the Gamers Without Borders, it was Archie and Joreuz. And then when they kind of had that wobbly start, Ixo came in and just brought that fire, that fresh blood, the aggression with Joreuz in the front line. And counterattack came in quick for Braziers, shot blocked, not out of the woods yet if you're Oxygen. Ixo winning that 50 though makes the space.
And for those who are unaware, this is a newly formed roster in Oxygen with that new pickup of Ixo. Rise, of course, as you all just witnessed in that previous series, has moved over to BDS. So Europe definitely gone through a bit of a shuffle. The Monkeys, they want to tear down this Oxygen esports roster regardless of any new pickups or any fresh blood. And so far, I'd say they're looking pretty solid. Haven't been able to get any possession on the other side. And I think this is going to be a lot closer than most people would expect. I mean, you're thinking about Monkeys up against Oxygen. Like I said, Lemon, the logical pick is to go Oxygen, right? But I think that Monkeys bring a lot to the table just in terms of consistency. All 3 of these players can pop off at any given moment, and Matane, that player behind the ball, he has been the anchor for this roster.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at Monkeys as the ones to be disrupting this jungle if there were to be one in Europe. People very high on them after their Gamers Without Borders run. Monkeys good enough to upset, very spicy. Archie shot, Smokes saves. This has been a lot of dangerous offense coming from Oxygen. East almost dropping this off in the letterbox. Joreuz bringing it back. Defense watching him closely. Joreuz dropping it off early. Running out of boost, running out of time.
Matane was behind that ball looking for a better 50-50. As it's just been stuck in the corner. This is everything Oxygen could hope for in game 1. Holding solid possession, getting a nice back pass here from Archie. Also takes the midfield boost. And the composure is certainly there for Oxygen esports as they're already in the lead by 1. At this point, you just need to hold things down. Coming up on the second half. And the ball is definitely in Monkey's court to try and make a change because at this moment in time, they're just dealing with way too much pressure.
Yeah, Smoke just tries to clear it centered out. Ixo stalls it out in the 50. Joreuz, the left side shot, which sort of assisted by the defense there of Monkeys. 2-0 for Oxygen after, again, a relentless offense. But Monkeys come in with a lot of hype from that close qualifier, coming in as the first seed, undefeated, 3-0, only dropping 1 game.
Ooh.
3-0ing Sun. What a goal from Braziers.
Yeah, I like this one for Braziers. He just kept going through the follow-up on the initial touch to the backboard as Matane got the bump, then accidentally touched it, and Braziers still has the time and the awareness to recover, get a follow-up touch. And that's the way you want to get back into it against Oxygen esports. Everybody got involved, some physical plays, and now even off the kickoff they're able to press forward. Monkeys gaining some traction.
Yeah, that's the momentum that they're riding. You get the demo onto Ixo. You didn't have immediate ball possession, though, so Monkeys couldn't capitalize on it already, but you take the corner boost, you pass it to Matane. Archie jumps, gets a hand on it. Braziers off the ceiling to the box, but no follow-up immediately as the retreat starts for Monkeys just to grab some boost. And Oxygen take advantage of this moment to move downfield, but now that Monkeys are reinvigorated, they move down, see what they can do. Smokes with a long pass, doesn't get there in time, so a chance for counterattack from Oxygen.
Both teams at this moment are just playing boomer ball. Nice demo from Matane, should relieve pressure, and here comes the clear. Smokes downside, transition, counterattack opportunity, a double tap on top of it all. And this is exactly how you move down the field, find your target, and hit your mark.
Beautiful setup from Braziers, too. That was that solid once player that they put in the Gamers Without Borders that you depend on. And I think that brings that kind of leadership to this team, a sense of stability. And how can you not? It was a 2-0 start for Oxygen. Now in the second half, tied 2-2. Archie, the chance. Matane read that. Good 50 stall. Up to the sky. Braziers connects on the pass. Joreuz gets a hand on it. It's not the clear shot that Monkeys were looking for. They try to hold on to this defense.
That previous goal is exactly how They're going to want to move out against Oxygen. I mean, they've been forced to deal with so much pressure, so a lot of emphasis is on the counterattacks and finding your teammates downfield. And if that last goal was, you know, anything, it's convinced us that Monkeys know how to get those transitions, Raziers behind the ball, another clear, but nobody's on the other side of this one. And the final 60 seconds are rapidly approaching as both teams need to at least get one more goal. Who's going to make that first mistake?
Chance, though, for Monkeys, just keeping that midfield presence. And the last time they scored, it was off of Razier's a long pass down the field to Smokes to the back of the net. And I think Oxygen are keeping eyes at the back of their head to make sure that doesn't happen one more time. Keeping that third man in a secure position. Ixo, Archie, 2-on-1. Detain, hand up.
Oh,
the demo onto Smokes, 3-on-2 for Oxygen, 30 seconds left.
It's tragic. Ixo got the bump, but accidentally knocked out the third man, who I believe it was Archie at the moment, but a team bump after you open up the opportunity. That could have been the end of this game, or at least a finishing goal for Oxygen. A huge blunder on the offensive side, and they're going to have to go back to the drawing board. 10 seconds left, and maybe this transition from Matane could bear some fruit. A nice pass across back to Matane, looking for another midfield pass, and it does end up going back to their own half, hits the ground, and we've got OT.
I like that call from Smokes. You know the counterattack was coming. And it felt like Monkeys really turned up in that second half. Off of the setup from Raziers to Smokes as that last goal. Synergy connecting well. As Oxygen haven't had like that threatening offense, really punched to the guts since probably the first 2 minutes of the game. But it starts off well, and OT to Archie. Ixo looking for the bump, and the defense holds on. We're not out of the woods yet. What a save from Raziers again. Ixo, the rally, the pressure from Oxygen to suffocate Monkeys as Archie wants to set it up, centered out. Raziers not letting it happen. Joreuz, the pass, he does it again. Oxygen with the game one.
Oh, at this point, there's just too much going on. Back into Joreuz, who lands perfectly behind the ball, a give and go. And for him just to pass it back to Joreuz, landing there is ridiculous. Oxygen Esports, they were knocking on the door. It didn't look like they would be able to break through the defense at first, but through sheer resilience and trying to stay consistent on the offensive half, you find the opportunity. And I thought it was going to be a better transition for Monkeys. I really thought this game was going to go in favor of the orange team, but they brought it back. And Oxygen were desperate for that final goal. Leaf, is there anything else crazy going on the side of Europe? I'm excited.
Well, I was about to say you, but you're not in Europe.
Oh,
so
okay.
That didn't work. But no, I mean, again, we've only had a first round going by, and a lot of these matchups are, in all honesty, from what we've seen from the region, can go either way. So just to let you know, it's Wild up on, Williams Resolve up on Wild right now, 1-0. Quadrant is down 1-0 to Guild. And PSG Tundra is up on 2.5 men right now, 1-0. So again, nothing out there, and we're not on match point yet. So still less than goal.
Probably game 5.
Long way. Yeah.
At least the quarterfinals.
At least it's been close. We're not getting crazy blowouts, but at least in terms of these two teams, they actually did suffer a pretty big blow in the last series they played. But we'll see if things change. It does feel like Monkeys have opportunities, Lemon, several opportunities to at least get better transitions here. Oxygen are not playing a perfect game.
Yeah, Oxygen started to fall off in that second half, but then once they started in that OT, it felt like they were relentless. Monkeys couldn't get ahead of these passing plays, and that's kind of the bread and butter of Oxygen, is how they connect between each other, and Monkeys got to find their way in between them. So far, it is a Monkeys offense that is dwindling as Joreuz moves downfield. 50 just slows them down to kind of allow Monkeys to reestablish on this defense, grab some boost, and head back their way.
Yeah, but the pattern has continued in game 2, and that mostly just consists of the Oxygen offense on a tear, looking for any opportunity. And they've created a couple of chances, but another transition down the other side. It's one demo, it's one shot, and it's a goal for Monkeys.
I think there's some singer that says one shot, one opportunity, and Matane gets it.
Some singer, yeah.
Yeah, some singer.
Yeah,
I don't know if I can quote that. But
Yeah.
I ain't trying to get in trouble on my second day here. You know, it's on my second day out here. So we got Monkeys up 1-0, getting to start off a game on their terms is great. Last game, they had to come back from an 0-2 deficit, force the OT, Metain great dribble, pinches off to the wall. Raziers keeps possession, need that third man to step up. Smokes a little soft shot, knew that all three defenders were in the net. Would rather keep possession than give it over. But so far, no goal for Monkeys.
And one thing I'm really happy to see with the Monkeys offense is just their efficiency. When they're presented with any opportunities, they will put that shot on target. I mean, just take a look at that last goal. There's one demo, the first one in game number 2, and they're already able to capitalize and get one on the board after dealing with so much pressure from Oxygen. And they're still hunting now for the second goal. A big string of possession and more shots thrown at the target. Jorius gets the save, and then a demo from Smokes. All the pressure unfolding for Monkeys.
It might be called Oxygen, but they're just not breathing. We've been spending a minute in the blue camp, and Monkeys demoing them, not letting them a chance to stabilize at all until Jorius steals the ball. Either went for the corner boost, went for the bump. Either way, Oxygen trying to bully them back, stuff them in the locker. But Oxygen, how do they keep that pressure on? Ixo in the midfield, Smokes, free jump, ready there. Metain, shot to the backboard, second touch misses. Raziers with the shot down low, but no connection from Monkeys.
Ixo's going for the bump, he finds it. Smokes was in the air. He had the save covered, but gets bullied, punched out of the way. That's unfair. That's unfair. Lemon.
Revenge is sick, right? Because Oxygen were having their net pounded just so many times. And then they have like 1 or 2 counterattacks and they score. It must be frustrating for Monkeys when you feel like you deserve a goal after all that effort.
Yeah, I think both teams have actually gotten a bit complacent when they have a long form of possession, and this is another one going in favor of Oxygen. Straight off the kickoff, we'll see how this one actually happened. That's a double commit on the side of Monkeys. Third man and the second man getting a little bit too cocky, a little bit too confused on who should actually be pushing forward. And probably the easiest goal Oxygen are going to get all series.
That's 2 back-to-back by Oxygen, who break out of their half and expose the weaknesses of Monkeys' defense. But you felt like, well, if the offense is all there, they need to be scoring just as much. Smokes to Raziers. Jorius intercepts the pass. It goes all the way to Ixo. Grabs side boost and sees he can push his way towards the center of the net. Good saves by Monkeys. Not allow them to cut through the right side. Smokes to the left corner. Jorius patrolling. Ixo challenge. Huge Jorius. Up high to the back wall. Ixo get the demo. But possession kind of held on slightly by Oxygen.
Yeah, and the physical gameplay has definitely been increased out of Oxygen Esports. Getting more demos, more specifically Archie, constantly on the hunt. And as I say that, he actually gets taken out by Raziers. So this could be a good chance. Ixo, great recognition and good awareness to get this clear out. Waste some time for his teammates to grab boost, and this should be Oxygen starting out on some more offensive pressure. Good bounce pass in the midfield. And at this point, you just got to waste some time, collect some demos, collect some boost, and try to run this clock down.
Smokes is demoed, so the offense will take its time. If you're Monkeys, Oxygen with the 3-on-2 have kept them in the orange half. Archie backing that thing up. Smokes going all the way past them. Oh, through the left side. Archie cuts it. Metain again with another setup to Smokes, to the shot, in the back of the net. 2-2 tie with 40 seconds left.
Oh, and this really isn't a great touch from Ixo. He was in a difficult spot, but you need to either bang that ball to the corner or keep it as close as possible to ideally force a 50-50. Instead, he just popped it out right in front of his box. All tied up. Monkeys look like they were on the brink of extinction in this game, about to head to match point, but somehow they battled back.
Oh, and Smokes wants a piece of this. 50 forced. Metain recovers. Possession for Monkeys. As we could be going into another OT, and we did say, Chad, that this was gonna be close. And it's a tie. Again, Archie to the back wall. Metain protects it well. Ball not coming in with a lot of speed. Allows time for Monkeys to get set up. And maybe find their revenge. The pass to Raziers. Pitches off in front of the net. But no one had a good follow-up from Monkeys. but they do fight for possession to the back wall. Matane drops it for OT.
I like those mechanics out of Monkeys for a second. We got like a flip reset, musty flick out into the midfield. More players getting behind the ball. They're definitely heating up, and Matane could finish things in game 2. Quickly into this OT, but if you remember what happened after game 1, Monkeys, you know, they went into that first initial OT with all the momentum, but Oxygen quickly flipped the script and had all of that pressure, and that's why they were able to win that OT, and it looks like the same thing is happening here on our screens, Lemon.
Very low boost for Oxygen, unless your name is Joreuz, and that's why that offense fizzled out. But Oxygen defend well. Archie and Joreuz kind of have that two-man coverage on Monkeys, who still go above and beyond physically and metaphorically as Smokes with the dribble. Ixo watches him carefully to not let this drop in front of the net. 50 seconds later, this could be match point if Oxygen find it. That 50 or challenge misses, but doesn't look like Monkeys are too threatened yet, and actually they're ready to swing back to the back of the net. Smokes does it again. Monkeys tie the series.
Oh, and you just feel for Ixo, who's constantly the third man rushing back to get into the net. I don't think he had any boost either. Actually, he did about 40 boosts to try and get back into position. But regardless, that ball is way too fast. There's too much heat behind it. It's a good shot, bounce off the corner that just rolls in the net. And Monkeys, they're not losing this OT. Game 2, all tied up.
The Smoke Show does it again for Monkeys. He's had a critical goal to tie it up for Monkeys, and now the OT goal. Love to hear it from Leaf, though. Has the rest of the bracket been exciting?
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll get a little more excited. So the only one that for me, we do have Williams Resolve at match point over Wild right now, but the one for me is Guild is on match point against Quadrant, which I guess was a little bit of surprising to me, seeing Quadrant come off their match against Vitality in the upper bracket, bringing that to a game 5. Yeah. And then, of course, for Guild losing their match too, I would have thought Quadrant maybe would have been the stronger team into this, but yeah, match points tied in game 3 right now with a final minute left. So Guild could take this as a 3-0, which I would be very surprised about. But if they can, Quadrant can bring it back, that would be more of what I expect. But beyond the board, again, all of these matches could have gone either way. I'm not too surprised about the resolve of a Wild matchup.
I guess I expected more gas out of the tank of Quadrant. You take Vitality to game 5, but you lose 3-0 to Guild. It feels like a stamina thing.
Yep. I think we were all sold on the Quadrant stock.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden Guild have come back, and if they sweep Quadrant, I don't even know what to make of that. Like at that point, it's so difficult to try and decipher just how good this new Quadrant roster is. Now we got to set our sights to this series. That's all tied up. Oxygen again up against Monkeys, who got the better of that last OT and got some revenge against Oxygen. And I don't know, this series in general, Lemon, has been pretty back and forth. I'd say we get a lot of offensive pressure out of Oxygen, who look like they're about to get a nice goal or at least force a mistake, but then one counterattack, one transition, and that's the death of Oxygen, actually.
Oh, Archie. Okay. I saw Razier's just hunting for prey at that point. I was a little worried. But yeah, 2 OTs in game 1 and game 2. And there was one point where Monkeys had Oxygen stuck in their own end for like a minute or 2. It felt like an eternity. And then you just have an open net where, like you said, Oxygen, they feel like they have their backs against the wall. But you know what happens when you corner an animal? They bite you.
Oh, and that was a good 50-50 to set up Joreuz. I think everybody on the side of Monkeys expected a better challenger, something that would waste more time to allow the third man to get back into position, back into the net. And instead it popped right out to Joreuz. Oxygen Esports are mad right now after losing that previous OT, and they want to just keep counting up this score.
Ixo taking the ball, like taking candy from a baby and almost setting it up for Oxygen to get 2. And when Oxygen, I mean, they came in blazing in game 1 with a 2-0 lead, but Monkeys stayed in their shadow. This tips back. Joreuz, always a step ahead. He's a big safety point of that defensive Oxygen. If no one saves it, I know Joreuz got my back.
Yeah, and it's nice to see Joreuz in that third man, and actually somebody else besides Ixo, because so far, up until this game, Ixo has been the only player that I've noticed rotating back, and at least he's been the last string of defense And now Joreuz, he knows what it's like to be the last string of defense and unable to come up with a better 50-50 as he just gets stuffed on the goal line.
Yeah, the heroes, they put the cape on. They know how to save the day, but also beat down the bad guys, at least for Razir's perspective. Big save into a big goal, into Oxygen, tired of this, right off the kickoff, putting the pressure on. Joreuz wanting to connect to Archie. Good 50s from Monkeys. Now counterattack ensues. Matane pinches the smokes, but only sets up Archie for success as Oxygen almost broke through.
Monkeys getting more creative, and this has been a consistent trend in each game. I think they start off pretty passive, but as time goes on, they get more and more aggressive, more and more creative. They're forcing double commits like that one out of Oxygen Esports, making them uncomfortable. And look at the speed of this counterattack. Smokes in front of the ball. Now Razir's has a chance off the ceiling to himself. They are picking up the pace, Lemon.
Oh, yeah. Ixo, the clear to midfield. Look at Archie just going for the demo. All right, this is the passes you had to worry about if you're Oxygen. Matane pops it to Ixo.
Oh, it's wide open.
You had better protection of the back wall. The double tap denied. Double commit in the net as Monkeys try to salvage this situation. Oxygen still demoing people in the net. And as you go for a clear of your Monkeys, Oxygen take it back. Second shot, that goes in. Absolutely. Oxygen with the lead.
Oxygen firing on all cylinders. The passing, connecting. The accuracy is there. And for Joreuz, I think he's happy that that one actually didn't fall in. It set up a better shot, a better follow-up for the main striker. Oxygen taking the lead, several shots on target, and finally one slips in. The question is, Monkeys, they have what it takes to get back into this game. And, you know, if history repeats itself, you can definitely see them tying things up. But my goodness, that was a fantastic sequence of events out of Oxygen Esports as they're forced to play more defense.
I kind of said before this series, I was like, how do you say Matane? And I got it right. You know, I'm the new kid, but I was like, if he doesn't perform, he's going back to Mitten, what I originally thought his name was going to be.
Hey,
but he is putting up the numbers.
I don't want to play against Mitten. That sounds kind of intimidating.
Mitten is cute. That's just me. That's what I would name my cat.
I'm pretty scared if I'm up against Mitten, all right?
Get beat by Mitten, that would be no joke. But he sends it all the way down and has performed well. Monkeys, I feel like you put all the eggs in the Razir's basket. If he either scores or helps you score, but this is not a great touch, but you remove Joreuz as he walked up to attempt the score. Archie to the back wall. Razir doesn't get the touch. I hyped you up. What happened? Ixo 3-1.
Yeah, I mean, you were trying to build his confidence for this, for this backboard read, and he just couldn't connect with it. He might have gotten nervous after he heard that call from you. And another mechanical error. It seems like the pressure is starting to break down the Monkeys' defense.
Putting all the eggs in one basket. If you drop the basket, scrambled egg on the floor. Look at the bumps, Matane.
Oh my goodness!
Right below, the ankles are broken.
All right, you wanted Razir's to step up. How about this one from Smokes, faking out one defender? Archie had to dodge a demo, so he's already in the air. The ball's stuck to the ground. And all you got to do at that point is just push it through. Great composure from Smokes and a fancy little ground dribble to bring them within one.
Well, where is Oxygen in all of this?
They're right
where's
here.
Monkeys?
They're right here. Here they go. Here they
go. Oxygen to the backboard. Joreuz winning this challenge, robbing Razir's of this ball, letting Ixo take a shot. It is a little too high, though. But you recover possession. You go in for round two. It's those demos, so you don't have a friend to pass to, and Archie is getting shoved around.
I love that from Archie. I mean, he had so much recognition of the space, the awareness around him, and knowing exactly where the defensive Monkeys are positioned. He gets it around every player, forces better 50-50, and look at him cook. This man, Archie, he just doesn't stop behind the ball, keeps making an impact. This is in the corner, then he goes up, waits a bit for Smokey to get in the air, knows he's gonna miss, and can recover and still get the shot. That's everything done by Archie right there.
Archie and Ixo get to hold hands. This isn't Rocket League, this is bumper cars. You're able to just get and squeeze it into the corner like that. 4-2 with 20 seconds left. Monkeys need to make this next offense happen, or it will be match point for Oxygen. Now look pretty smart on the desk. We'll see how it works. Razir's demos Ixo. 3-on-2. Monkeys running out of time, but at least can have a chance to make this look close on the bracket as Metane to Smokes. That pass is denied, and Oxygen take game 3.
Yeah, and this is a lot of confidence, I think, given back to the fans of Oxygen Esports after they had a rough round 1, didn't even take a game off of Hogan mode, and then come down into the lower bracket. It looked shaky in the beginning, but this game, I think, really solidified Oxygen as the favorites in this series. And now we're within 1 game to go. Match point given back to Oxygen Esports.
But you have to do so much on the defense if you're Oxygen. 8 saves? Like, are you kidding me? Leave. I wonder how the rest of the bracket are shaping up, because Europe is a roller coaster of emotions.
Yeah, well, I mean, we didn't get that comeback from Quadrant. That's really the only thing to report to right now. Game 5 for Wild and Williams resolved, but Quadrant knocked out of the tournament.
Swept. They got
early on. Yeah, especially after going to Game 5 with Team Vitality. Expect, again, a little bit more. But yeah, Guild moving on with the 3-0. They'll be facing off against Suck in the next rounds here. That'll be after the next break, after these games are done. 2.5 men, PSG Tundra. They're still vibing along in Game 3 right now. So not much going on there. This is more of the exciting match going on right now here on the mainstream.
Oh, I'm glad we're casting it then, Turtle. I'm glad I'm doing it with you too. First time.
Right. I mean, I'm having a blast. I like seeing what Oxygen have to offer now against Monkeys, who have been, you know, hunting around for some demos. They've gotten some nice plays together, but they've just been a little bit more inconsistent. All right, I want to see them pop off. All right, give them some type of like sensu bean banana. All right, the Monkeys are gonna pop off, I believe.
Baked bean.
Yeah, this is why I picked them. Okay, I expected something crazy. I mean, it's not insane to see Monkeys take this dub. They did get the best of them in that interesting format with Gamers Without Borders. This should be a closer series, and hopefully we get a Game 5 limit.
Hopefully. I mean, we had 2 OTs. What a drop off by Archie. Real close call. Monkeys with the shovel, scooping that out. But Braziers can hit a home run to the back wall to Metane. Ixo just a step ahead to not let these passes go through for Monkeys.
Oh no. Smokes was in a horrible position, and thankfully Braziers has his back. That should have been a better challenge out of Smokes, but like I said, Braziers was in position and had him covered. A couple of awkward moments like that are what has been the downfall for Monkeys. I think they haven't been able to get organized efficiently on defense, and that's been leaving the gaps a little bit too wide open. Good demo, might lead into some space for Braziers. Let's see what he's got. Keeping it to himself, looks for the mid-air bump, but doesn't find it.
Monkeys real physical in this game already with the demo. Goes all the way down. Jory is there first. Open net and first goal to Oxygen.
You just can't keep giving away with this if you're Oxygen Esports. Monkeys have to change something on their defensive side, because that's another free one. The inconsistencies are there for their defense, and rotations have been broken down yet again.
I mean, Monkeys, it feels like they have to have everyone involved. Hello?
Oh my.
The defense.
Oh my.
I'm trying to summon it with every ounce of mana that I have.
Oh, and that one hurts too. I mean, Smokes had the good cheat up on the kickoff, and you don't blame him for missing the touch, but Jorius was just simply faster. And at the end of the day, if you cheat up harder, it's a riskier approach, but sometimes, just sometimes, it can reward you like that.
Glorious Juice coming in Nitro. Oh my God. A response available for Monkeys as Archie protects the back wall well. Possession. Monkeys fighting for it, but Metane ran out of boost and couldn't keep the aerial battle going. Braziers gets involved. Now this is set up. Smokes and Archie collide. Metane and Jorius too. It's a battle. It's a war on the front lines.
Here we go.
The redirect from Smoke saved. Metane shot down low, saved again. A third one. How do Oxygen keep doing
they don't get a goal. They don't get a goal.
And the counterattack. Are you serious?
This is ridiculous. 2 saves in and out of the net. Then you get a transition down the other side, and Ixo can bury it in the defense of Monkeys. That's just every aspect of the game cleared and on point for Oxygen. The defense is there, the rotations to get downfield, and then the striking. Everything has connected and make it a 4th.
The jungle is on fire, and the Monkeys are about to go extinct out of this bracket. If they don't wake up soon, a 4-0 off the bat?
This is tragic. This is painful, because Monkeys were right there, Lemon. They had so many chances, so many opportunities. I mean, I don't want to blame their shooting accuracy. They were on target. I guess you can always say the shots could have been better, But at the end of the day, defense just a step ahead of you, and they can see the future. Oxygen certainly came to play in match point.
Where it felt like Monkeys was demoing a lot, trying to take the space by force, and now Oxygen demoing too.
Okay,
Jorius with the
this is it,
second
right?
one.
This is it.
Matane.
It's not it.
Oh, it's off the cross. Brazier and is getting chased around. So you can keep possession. Second half. You still have a whole second half if you're Monkeys. Cope.
Listen, I know Fruity's probably losing his mind right now. Fruity, he's on the team stream for Monkeys. He's watching it all unfold. And I guarantee you that man he's got to be screaming at least a little bit or crying. A couple of tears might have been shed. I'm holding back my tears right now because I did pick Monkeys to at least keep it close. But this has just been a beatdown from Oxygen.
Yeah. For now.
For
you
now.
never know what's
For
going to
now.
happen.
There's still hope.
Cope for game one. Oxygen had this big lead. It was only up by 2. Then Monkeys came back in that second half. So they're just a second half kind of team.
The chances are there, Lemon. We're not seeing, dry opportunities or dry rotations on offense. Monkeys have done a great job to open up space, but you're getting dusted like this from Archie. You're getting mind gamed out of the play. It's over. 5-0, 1:36 left. I don't think any amount of opium can save me at this point.
That's true. Which means I beat you on predictions, so I can walk away with one W.
That's something that I think everybody, usually does though. All right.
Yeah, that's true.
That's not too surprising here, but that's still a dub for you regardless. Okay, I don't want to take away your win there.
I'll have to comfort my fellow fruit friend on the co-stream, but we'll see how Monkeys can at least turn that big old donut into at least a breadstick. 0-1.
Okay.
They got the saves. Can they get more shots? They got 7 on the board. Jorius escorting this one to the parking lot. 6-0. Brazil territory.
Yep, and it's just running away from them. This happens a lot. Monkeys, you feel for them. A couple of good chances. And I mean, just thinking about how this all started out, they were pushing up too far forward. And I think what really sealed the deal was seeing those back-to-back goal line squishy saves in the net where you're going in and out of it and somehow get a touch. Once I saw that happen and then the transition worked out for Oxygen and I think it went up 2 or 3-0, it was just over from there. And EXO, don't do it to them. Don't embarrass them anymore. It's already 6-0, okay? let Monkeys go out in peace.
So it was back-to-back too. Once Oxygen started scoring, it was like quick off the kickoff. And Monkeys, it's not like their offense isn't alive and well. Well, they got their demos, so there's potential there. Pass to Matane, shot not on target. EXO gets this out. So it's the Monkeys who spend so much time and effort trying to score, and then Oxygen, they fight back once and they score. It must be frustrating for Monkeys, where it feels like you have so much potential, but you can't deliver.
That's right. For Oxygen Esports, massive turnaround after losing earlier against Hogan Mode in the upper bracket. And this is going to be goodbye and good riddance now in this tournament to Monkeys, 7-0. It's not even a Brazil yet. Maybe Oxygen give up that one goal just for the memes.
No, you and I were looking up fun Monkeys facts just to entertain ourselves. Big Snake feels like our bitches are the Big Snake, the predator on the field, and Oxygen, or Monkeys, I should say, are so close to scoring. At least
there it is. There's the Brazil. Okay.
Smoke show. Let's go.
I know the chat's gonna love this. They're probably going crazy about this. The Brazil, the 7-1. And that's it. Lights out from Oxygen Esports. Again, they went out 3-0 against Hogan Mode. And I was honestly kind of spooked because in this bracket, in this format where you don't have that many extra lives, it's not Swish, you're not playing a lot of series before you could potentially go out. I thought that meant Oxygen were done. It's a very on-the-day format for how you're competing. And Oxygen have bounced back. The mentality is strong with this new pickup of EXO. And they just bury Monkeys into the ground.
Yeah, well, in the jungle, the mighty jungle, the Monkeys sleep tonight. Out of the bracket they go as Oxygen move up to face Team BDS in the lower bracket round 2 with a very dominant goodbye from Oxygen. 7-1 Brazil after we had 2 OTs.
And we get the grudge match? The BDS versus Oxygen, the Rise versus his former teammates. This is amazing. The storylines are all set up. I understand why Europe has played out the way it has. It's just so we get that story, Leaf. And I know Leaf is probably excited. Did anything else crazy happen while we were casting that blowout?
Why do you assume I'm excited? I'm the most bored I've ever. No, I'm not.
What?
I'm watching Rocket League. You're right. I am excited. Good assumption. Yeah, no, but I honestly, just to follow up what you said, I think it's really exciting to see that Rise versus Oxygen matchup. I think that's that'll be really interesting, and I do believe we actually have that on the mainstream next after this. But we still have we still have another match going on right now. Williams Resolve did just take down